Bonjour, this is book 1. This is about standardization of language. What is a standardization of language? What is the process involved and what are the consequences of this within a society? So, what is language standardization? Language standardization is a process of selecting, organizing, and promoting a particular form of a language to be used in official and formal situations. This standard version becomes a model that people use in education, government, media, and legal systems. Imagine a country where people speak many different versions or dialects of a same language. Standardization is like choosing one common version that everyone learns in school and uses in official communication. It creates a shared way of speaking and writing that helps people from different regions understand one another. But this process is not just about language, it also includes political, cultural, and social choices because it decides whose way of speaking becomes correct or prestigious. So the process of standardizing a language, according to linguist Einar Hagen, language standardization usually follows four major steps: selection, codification, elaboration, implementation, or acceptance. Selection. This step involves choosing which dialect or variety of a language will become the standard. This decision is not always fair or neutral. It often reflects power. Usually the language of the capital city, elite class, or political rulers is chosen. Example, in France, the Parisian dialect was chosen as a standard French. The other regional languages like Breton or Occitan were left out. Example, in India, after independence, Hindi was chosen as a national language, but many people in the south opposed this choice because they spoke Dravidian languages like Tamil or Telugu. Codification. Once a variety is chosen, it needs to be made official. So this is codification. This includes creating rules for spelling, grammar, vocabulary. These rules were written in dictionaries, grammar books, and style guides. Example, in English, Samuel Johnson's dictionary 1755 was one of the first efforts to fix spelling and meanings. In France, the Académie Française works to define the rules of the French language. So that is first one, and that is the second one. So first one is selection, second one is codification. Now we have elaboration. In this step, the chosen language is expanded so it can be used in every area of life: science, law, medicine, education, media, technology. New words are added or borrowed to help the language grow. Example, in French, words like ordinateur, computer, or courriel, email, were created to keep up with modern needs. Example, in Swahili, terms for school subjects and legal systems were created after Tanzania chose it as a national language. So we also started off expanding everything and elaborating everything. Now what we did, so we gave grammar rules also. Now the last step of standardizing a language is acceptance or implementation. Now the language must be taught and accepted by the people. Government supported by making it the language of schools, public documents, and national media. Example, in Indonesia, Bahasa Indonesia was promoted through education and television to unite people from different islands and ethnic groups. So Bahasa was promoted, Bahasa language, Bahasa Indonesia. That is that story. So what is positive consequences of this standardization? Standardization of a language can be very useful for building a strong, united society. Here are some major benefits. Better communication. People from different regions can understand each other more easily when they all learn the same version of a language. A girl from North India moves to Kerala because she learnt standard Hindi and English in school. She can still communicate with others even though they speak different native languages. So, stronger national identity. Having one standard language helps create a feeling of unity and shared culture in a country. Example, in Indonesia, Bahasa Indonesia united people across thousands of islands and languages. It helped the country develop a national identity. So, easier education. Schools can create better materials when there's one standard language. Students do not get confused by different dialects, which improves literacy and learning. So, efficient government and media. Standard language makes it easier to write laws, publish newspapers, and run public services smoothly. So, negative consequences of language standardization. However, language standardization can also have harmful effects, especially on minority languages and dialects. Loss of local dialects. When one language form is seen as correct, others are seen as wrong or less educated. Over time, people may stop using their native dialects and these languages can disappear. In Italy, young people often don't speak Sicilian or Napolitan anymore because schools only teach standard Italian. So, social and the second point about the harmful effects are social and educational inequality. People who speak the standard language fluently may be seen as less intelligent. They may be discriminated against in schools or jobs. Example, in if you don't speak the standard language, that means you're less intelligent. Example, in many African countries, children speak local languages at home but must speak English or French at school. This makes learning harder and creates unfair disadvantages. Cultural erasure. Dialects carry history, songs, traditions, worldviews. Losing them means losing a part of a community's identity. In France, the rise of standard French has led to a sharp decline in the use of regional languages like Breton, Corsican, Alsatian. So, what is another point? Political conflict. Language choices can divide a country. People may feel excluded if their language or dialect is not recognized. For example, in Belgium, Dutch speaking Flanders and French speaking Wallonia have had political conflicts about language rights. So, what is the final reflection? Standardizing a language may make communication smoother, help schools and governments work better, and create national unity, but it also risks ignoring or harming other languages and dialects. Language is not only a tool, it is also identity, culture, and power. Every dialect or language, no matter how small, carries a rich history and deserves respect. So, to answer the question, language standardization is a process of making one variety of a language official and dominant in a society. It involves selection, codification, elaboration, and implementation. While it brings benefits like unity and easier communication, it can also lead to inequality, loss of languages, and cultural conflicts. Governments and educators must support both the standard language and the preservation of local dialects. Only then can we build a society that is both connected and diverse.